Hi there, this is Josh from Literary Gladiators, and today I'm here with a book review. The book that I'm going to be reviewing is Simon Sort of Says by Erin. And I acquired this book last fall because I was looking to read and learn more about the books that could potentially be uh, medalists or honors for the Newbery Medal. I acquired 7 books, and out of the 7, Simon Sort of Says is the only one that had a finish. Simon Sort of, in the way that Simon Sort of Says won an honor. Ari actually reviewed the Newbery Medal winner that David Edgars wrote. But Simon Sort of Says is a really intriguing plot, and it just about gets there as far as telling its story and executing something that hits home is concerned. We follow Simon O'Keefe, who lives with his parents, Martin and Isabel. His father Martin is a deacon, and his mother Isabel runs a funeral home. They were from Omaha, but they moved to a smaller, vaguer town called Grin and Barrett, Nebraska. And it's part of what's called the National Quiet Zone because there is no internet there. And they did this, they gave fluffier reasons, like they were chased out by alpacas, but this is a coping mechanism for Simon. And the reason for such a coping mechanism, or multiple coping mechanisms, is that Simon is the only survivor in a school shooting, which he wants to be able to start in a new town with a clean slate. And when he gets there, he develops friends relatively quick, one of which is a Gate Vanderswan, and she is an autist, and the first thing she asks people is, what do you think is the most disgusting thing? Or what is the most disgusting thing you can think of? And for someone like Simon, being part of the funeral home, it's the fact that corpses can pass gas. But Agate is she's a driving force in this story, and I think that as far as supporting characters are concerned, she is one of the strongest that I've come across. She lives on a farm and has very notable chores, especially the morning chores. She wants to send an alien message and is recruiting people to help her out. And she's also the one that hooks Simon up with a service dog by the name of Hercules, who plays a huge role in Simon's life in the book. Simon also makes a friend in Kevin Mattapeng, who, his mother is strictly about science. His father's the owner of the Hello Hello Cafe, and he also has an older sister. They're very impassioned with success in school, and specifically in science. And we go through Simon's life in this new town, and while he's trying to establish himself, there is still remnants of life prior that are dogging him down, and he has to deal with the PTSD that he's developed because of that. And one of the downsides to me is that he never specifically tells the entire story of the experience of the school shooting. He'll tell it in bits and pieces. He'll note things that took place, but he won't give the basic overview of what happened. It could be an honest approach, to somebody that has PTSD. But as a reader, we'd feel as if that Simon is confiding in us. We would want someone like him or whomever is in his position to be as honest and straightforward as possible. But I'm not sure if that is, if telling the story in bits and pieces is a trait. I know in those that were that served in combat, there are specific details that they withhold, especially from those that haven't served or haven't been in their situation. But I did read the things they carried by Tim O'Brien, and I got a great sense as to what he went through when serving in Vietnam. I think that the greatest accomplishment of this piece is the fact that I always felt engaged, and I felt that this was a very thrilling piece. Erin does a great job being invested in this book. I felt that I was engaged with every chapter. I thought that the titles of the chapters were also very clever. For instance, one of them is, like chapter 4 is, In Which Our Peacock Meets a Girl in a Kissing Book Way. Like chapter 3 is, In Which I Meet a Girl Not in a Kissing Book Way. It just says so much about what is to come. And I think that the downside of this piece, though, is that the voice is not entirely clear all the time. Which, as I said, had to do with Simon and his... and telling some aspects in bits and pieces, because this book is a first-person account from Simon talking about the sequence of events that took place. And then he also gives side notes on subjects that could be arguably relevant to the story at hand. And I thought that it fit in relatively well. And then at the back of the book, it does point out what is fiction and what's nonfiction. Like Grin and Barrett is a fictional town. But there are plenty of oddly named towns within the country, in particular. For instance, in New Jersey, there are towns or areas known as, we have an Ong's Hat, we have a Cheesequake, we have Egg Harbor, we have Little Egg Harbor, we have Brick, which... when you live close enough, it just seems to blend in that it doesn't seem as odd as the names of towns that we come across when we look at other states. I think that the best way to sum this up in a sentence is that this is an engaging and thrilling piece, even if the voice and organization is not the clearest. And I gave Simon Sort of Says 3.5 stars out of 5. Thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you check out some more videos from our channel. And I have 4 other book reviews of potential Newbery Medal and Honor books from the past year. And I think that out of the 5, this would be my 4th favorite. For now, and as always, I encourage you to keep reading.